On this IMDbrief, we break down a top 5 of the virtual reunions, surprise announcements, and unconfirmed rumors from July 2020's Comic-Con at Home.
Let's rock!
A most excellent Bill and Ted Face the Music trailer unofficially kicked off the weekend before the cast, writers, and director reunited for a virtual panel.
Seeing George pop up for a moment was like everything. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, and they might cut that out.
Looks like they didn't. Panel moderator Kevin Smith spilled the beans on the late, great George Carlin's surprise return to the Bill and Ted franchise, which may be a spoiler for some, but for us, it's more reason to air guitar until the September 1st simultaneous limited theatrical and on-demand release of the Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter time-traveling comedy.
Be excellent to each other and party on, dudes.
Amazon original series The Boys crashed the party with a virtual panel, a literal whale of a new clip, as well as the double promise of a third season and an after show hosted by Aisha Tyler. Oh, is right. Season 2 drops September 4th and will pit Butcher's Boys against Vought's Supers and everyone combined against a new supervillain threat.
Daddy's home.
More like Daddy's Home, as the long-running AMC horror franchise The Walking Dead returns in October with a finale, a premiere, and a brand new series.
There may not be something around that corner, but sooner or later there will be.
The season 10 finale was delayed, so Daryl, Carol, Negan, and friends will wrap up loose ends on October 4th, the very same night that short-term spin-off World Beyond premieres on AMC. The following week, Fear the Walking Dead will air its season 6 premiere. Then, in 2021, we'll get 6 more episodes of The Walking Dead season 10. And if that wasn't enough dead, comic creator and series EP Robert Kirkman promises that he's working on the Rick Grimes movies with Andrew Lincoln.
Is this what you want? Is this what any of you want?
Sure. And speaking of surprise returns, Henry Cavill's Superman returned in a black suit for a Justice Con panel, an event that ran concurrent to Comic-Con at Home, and it covered Zack Snyder's upcoming director's cut of Justice League.
Assuming you're Alfred.
Besides the seconds-long peek at the new suit, Snyder promised more footage and more announcements about his Justice League at DC Fandome in late August.
It's on him.
Lastly, what would a con be without some good old-fashioned rumors, like a Lando Calrissian series starring Donald Glover?
Everything you've heard about me is true.
The Mouse House hasn't confirmed the Lando series or if it'll take place before or after the character's adventures in Solo, but Disney Plus has its hands full with Star Wars, as The Mandalorian Season 2 is slated for October 2020, and the Clone Wars spin-off The Bad Batch is planned for 2021. Plus, a series from Russian Doll co-creator Leslie Headland, not to mention shows based on Diego Luna's Rogue One character Cassian Andor, and Ewan McGregor's Obi-Wan Kenobi are still in the works.
The negotiations were short.
For more rumors, announcements, and trending tales, stay glued to imdb.com/imdbrief.